ブルース、シリル、ちまき。彼らの名が歴史に刻まれることはなくとも、ずっとここにある。永遠にだ。
Yo, what's going on everybody? Xanthos Vice here, and we are back with some more Banshee Grey Raven. Hope you guys had a great day so far. Yes, as you can see, I'm doing more PGR, just because, again, just wanted to do a bit more of it. I know I could do some stuff for Metaphor, but I was like, man, Thursday's not that far off, so I found with just waiting until then. And like I said, I won't be able to do any streaming tomorrow, absolutely, because like I said, I gotta finish on working my assignments, and that's gonna take a hell of a lot of time. Yo, how's it going? Yo, what's up, Premier? I'm doing alright. Really? But yeah, this time I'm gonna make sure, first things we're gonna be doing, we're gonna do a good number of the Aeon Reforged story. Just because I left it off and I didn't even do it last time. I wanted to at least do some of it, but I just didn't get around to it. So we're gonna make a good part of the stream focused on this, and then we're gonna also move on to some more main story, because I did learn after looking at PGR Reddit and the order that I'm supposed to be going in, that I'm not even supposed to go to chapter 13 yet, surprisingly. There's 2 extra chapters. Oh, okay, gotcha. Whoever is gonna fill in more context to some stuff, probably. But yeah, anyway, before that, like I said, we got some Aeon Reforged you gotta do. Don't think we're honestly gonna finish it, because it's still a good amount. But anyway, from what I remember where we left off, Trillard temporarily kind of sold out to the Kurina group to then actually turn his back on their word, to then give the world government the ships they needed in order to continue with their plan. I think it was Acadia or whatever it was. And not only that, Han's position is no longer, or it's been compromised because of him getting old, having to do with his health and the whole burden after what happened from the failed operation, weighing too much on his shoulders. He just couldn't take it. Not in that sense, but the world government started changing too much because of how out of the circle he was. So it just led to him having to be more leave that position. And as we also saw, we see that Ballard is actually going to start making his move now, because it seems like now we're going back to the present where Ballard's going to go take revenge on Babylonia as a whole for what supposedly happened to Watanabe. What exactly that is, I have no idea, because remember, this is chapter 27, so that's way further than what I'm supposed to know. But I'm you know what, I'm curious, I want to see how it ends. But yeah, we're gonna see how far this actually goes and see how it all actually ends, because, well, actually, no, not that, my bad. Like I said, I'm not gonna try to finish everything, but we're gonna see how far we can get with this story, because it's now what did we do with Watanabe? Because he's still alive, it's just that his mind is kind of shut down temporarily. She's observing. She watches as one group unwittingly walks into a meticulously laid trap set by another. Following a brief exchange of words, an eruption of intense gunfire breaks out. It's an uneven battle. Caught off guard, outnumbered, and with no defensive position, one side quickly falls. She witnesses the apparent leader of the group endure a devastating impact from a grenade, sustaining grave injuries. Urgent radio waves reach your ears, gradually transforming into intelligible words. We're under attack. Communications are jammed, and we're sending out SOS on all channels. We were ambushed by people disguised as the Purifying Force. Watanabe's in critical condition, requesting backup. Zhong, drop down now. The transmission abruptly ceases. Soldier's flesh dangles from the charred radio station, turning a haunting shade of black. She's observing. Before this, no one had told her that even those of the same kind could turn against one another. Knives exhibit their fangs for survival when faced with the unfamiliar. They will also retract those fangs when it comes to their own kin. And that little wolf who intruded upon her territory fought to preserve something unique known as self. And what are these similar lives fighting for? She wants to understand. So she expands. Heterozone? Why is it spreading so fast? She has no interest in those who fled. She was born amidst decay and death, naturally drawn toward lives that are on the verge of fading away. She fulfills her mission, scattering seeds of a new civilization on the remains of the old. Midst of it all, she delicately turned the pages on the weathered book before her. During uninterrupted reading, she allows the last surviving soldier to carry away the dying life. Anyway, let me see what he's saying right here. Speed towards him. You remember? Yeah, true. That's the one thing I can never understand. It's like, you can't try to say this guy's like edgy or hardcore when it's like, no, not. Because if it was, they wouldn't react that way. If a main character, exactly. But again, like we said, there's barely anything you have to really say to understand why Van's such a shitty character. Story is nearing its end. The girl turns to look at you. Wait, what? Creeping sense of deja vu envelops your senses, sending a shiver down your spine. Evident that the anomaly like your offended Watanabe's deep mind is far more than a mere corrupted mind shard. Who exactly are you? Here I'm just a reader. But if possible, I'd like you to call me Cradle. Hello, Xanthos. Drawing a green robe, gracefully dress and performs a curtsy. No, it's our second meeting. It's your first time seeing me, isn't it? Second time? So you remember the source of the uncanny sense of deja vu. There's a striking resemblance to the feeling you had during the connection with number 21 in the Heterozone. You all wanted Navi to become an ascendant? Girl shakes her head calmly. That wasn't me. I'm merely a reader here. I finished reading the story in his heart. As a part of our deal, I should return the book intact. I look forward to the day when I can touch the past in your heart. The words carrying her hopes, the girl vanishes. The silent cold, the door seems to materialize in Watanabe's sight. No matter which direction he moves, the door remains ever present before him. Suddenly recalls a passage from a science fiction writer's work. Soaring along a vast plain when out of nowhere you stumble upon a wall, which is infinitely high into the sky, infinitely deep into the ground, infinitely wide to both left and right. What is this wall? Is it death? It's somewhat different. If death is an unavoidable wall, then no matter how one moves forward, they'll eventually bump into it. This door, at least, offers a choice to enter or not. Or would death offer a choice? Oh yeah, by the way, I did see the Wuthering Waves trailer for the next update. I gotta say, looking pretty good already, because so far it does seem to actually include more of the characters from the past, so I'm hoping we actually give them bigger roles. Not to say that they haven't done it before, but you see them more present, you know? Especially to give a longer lasting impression for some of them whenever we get to stuff like maybe 2.0 someday and stuff like that, you know? Unlike every series where it's like, nah, we just only keep them in that area and practically almost nothing else unless it's an event. You feel? And as much as I would want to pull the new character, I can't. I've already done it for Jinzi. I've already done it for Chongli. I've already done that for Shorekeeper. So unfortunately, I can't try to do that again. Because again, you know, student life and that. Suddenly realizes what the store stands for. Push this door open time and again. Saving the young Zong. We're intercepting the heterocore headed for Earth. Fighting off the corrupted swarming the train. And rebooting his mind after damaging it each time. We also realize why he's standing before the store once again. He's named Will to Survive, appearing only before those who are refusing to die. I need to go back. People are waiting for me. Push the door open. Dark path ahead illuminates the scenery behind. See? I told you that you didn't need to worry about him. Of course. Oh no, it was Backhouse. Hey, Watanabe. It's too early for you to be here, you little brat. Instructor. You've been gone napping for quite a while this time. You should offer a proper apology to those who've been waiting for your return when you get back. It's good that you remember us, but there's no need to visit too often. Codes. Watanabe, you still hesitating? I recognize those who ambushed us. They were comrades, compatriots. In the same starry sky, we once warmed ourselves by the campfire, supporting each other back to the camp. Even they decided to draw their swords against me. Does that mean that I've made a mistake? Too many have sacrificed already. Maybe Bella is the one who can offer them a better future. Watanabe, you succeeded in stopping more people from dying. It's not about how many people you can save alone, but how many your actions and beliefs can influence. Those who made sacrifices upheld the belief in protecting others. The survivors who carry forth these very beliefs. They didn't get this far by relying only on force and fear. It's you who gave them courage. Not just the courage to survive, but to trust others and believe in the future. People no longer think of tomorrow as the worst imaginable, but the drive to push forward. Something no false promise or threat of force can bring. So, don't let the opposition of some make you deny the past you carry and the future you aim for. You see that light? Go. Do what you think is right. Someone familiar with the ceiling comes in a view. Tries to move but feels wires all over his body. Finally woke up. Shaded. Okay. What a sharp memory. Looks like the long coma hasn't affected your recollection. Welcome Xanthos is here. Shh. The commander just fell asleep. Keep it down. This person's mind beacon has been overloaded for months on end. Otherwise you wouldn't have managed to wake up after being in a coma for such a long time. I see. Finally realizes who that familiar yet out-of-place figure was. I remember my frame. Watanabe placed his hand on the parts that were once ravaged by grenades. Lingering phantom pain seems to echo within his shattered chest arm and tore abdomen. It's been months. These parts have been patched up, but there's no replacement eyeball for now. I wouldn't recommend putting the original one back, either. It's got a micro-surveillance camera inside. Go ask Zong for more details. It was him and that young person who secretly brought you here. He should be on guard duty on the first floor. Alright, I'll go find him. He has a final glance at the peacefully sleeping Sovereign Commander before gently readjusting the slightly askew blanket. Thank you. But alright, nice. Now we're finally back to the present. At least of where this is. Woke up? It's okay to sleep a bit longer. Huh? I'll go check it out. Careful. Awakening, episode 18. It's a newspaper. Oh, right, yeah, he hasn't seen that yet. He's weird. Gotta be something wrong with him. You. I knew you were here. Zong, go in the basement. I'll take care of this. Kill him for Generalissimo. I happen to have something to ask you. You should be in hell already. Like I expected. Whew, good thing I pressed it on time. Ooh. Ooh, damn it, I missed. Split up in threes. Don't let them get us all. What? Is it just the people who were like valid side that did it intentionally? Because it's kind of hard to tell whether it actually was valid who planned it. Because even I don't think valid would go that far. But again, it's kind of hard to tell because I'm getting on this one. I'm still missing a bit more than content. Let's see. I'm hoping it's not that valid decided to do it. I'm hoping it's men who wanted to try to press the box. Just also glad it's on. Hey! Oh, you motherfucker! Back here. Oh, bitch! God. I happen to have something to ask you. You think killing several minions makes you invincible? Guess you used up your energy. Oh, don't you dare disrespect tall guy! Trying to wear the same suit as a real hero? Fuck off. How dare you? There we go. Yeah, this guy's nothing. Good warm up. Watanabe! Time to move. Can you still move? Yeah? Let me go check again. Wait for my signal.
立ち止まるのはらしくない。
Give me a sec, I'll be right back. Battlesuit comes to an end and the defensive armor becomes more of a hindrance than a help. Limited vision badge will figure eludes capture. Squad leader finally covers the situation he finds him standing below. Random gunfire, he stirs up a flurry of wood chips. Instant a jolt of force signaled from his backbone to his neck, causing him to collapse on the ground. It's over? Yeah, but we need to move quickly. This place might not be safe anymore. You won't have the chance. Blade soars through the air and then sparks and setting the entire warehouse on fire. Nigel? Wait, someone I know? Ah, okay, interesting. Now someone's taking your route. You forgive them. Forsaken Outpost, 5:30 p.m. Hey man, you got a smoke? You're on guard duty. Aren't you worried about getting busted by the squad leader? Come on, we're not like those constructs on the other side. Our bodies don't allow us to be on high alert all the time. The folks who were supposed to take shifts with us got reassigned to escort supplies. I knocked out in no time without one. Alright, here you go. I'll pay you back next time. Wait, where's the lighter? Rookie, you dare to use a lighter? Want the sniper on the other side to blow your head off? No way. We're not in a full-blown war yet, aren't we? Or aren't we? The other side shouldn't want to get blamed for firing the first shot, right? If a war actually kicks off, who gives a damn about which side fired the first shot? Then how am I supposed to smoke without a lighter? unwrap it like this. Julian goes up, he stay awake. For real? Whoa, sure kicks hard. You don't even know this trick? Where on earth did you come from, rookie? I just finished my training period. Training period? When did you join? About 4 months ago, when that strange purple forest spread near our camp. A bunch of monsters rushed out. With our lousy gear, we couldn't fend them off. Couldn't fight back. Couldn't make a run for it. What we could do was pray those monsters had their sights set on anyone but us. That camp was nothing but a patchwork of strangers who hardly even knew each other's names, but their dying screams still ring in my ears. And these Forsakens where flags popped up, under guns just like the one I had in my hands. That's away the enemy like nobody's business. After that, they went up to the survivors and asked if we wanted in on the Forsaken crew. Almost everyone agreed without thinking twice. We were taken for 3 months of hardcore training and then got brought here. Now we have food, shelter, and guns. Days of living in fear are finally over. If only I'd known, I would have joined the Forsaken sooner. You wouldn't have enjoyed these perks in the past. Huh? You think the gear in your hands just fell from the sky? Without the reopened production line, you'd be holding something no better than a wooden club. Unlike Babylonia, Watanabe never took the easy way out by simply blowing up the infected factories in the past. Instead, he went through all the trouble of yanking out those crucial control chips and other bits, hauling them to safe spots, and making sure he kept the nearby corrupted in check on the regular. He's always had this belief that the punishing virus would eventually get expelled and all these stored items would come in handy down the line. Even in the hardest times, he never thought of abandoning them. Thanks to his persistent attitude, when the clean zone rolled in, we were able to kickstart a bunch of production lines in no time. Under guns and cannons, we stood tall and took back our turf from those Babylonian folks. That's why you have food, shelter, and guns now. Watanabe. I kept hearing that name during training. Is he the reason why things are so tense between us and Babylonia? Who exactly is he? He is the root of the Forsaken. Now, someone is taking your root. You forgive them? Meanwhile, on the other side of the Buffer, that old geezer spit toward us again. Alright, enough sweating the small stuff. Wanna spit back or what? What's the status of the Micron drone? No luck. Still can't break through the defense net. Damn it. These past few days we haven't gathered squat for intel, to the fact that the guard over there is a chain smoker. And he likes to spit at us. Shut up already. They sure know our tech inside out. If they took in those affected constructs, it ain't supposed to be like this. The one where the Grey Raven commander went missing. Word on the street is the commander got sold out to the Ascendants by some mole. You can't run your mouth like that. Do you want the Purifying Force to come and interrogate you? What's there to be afraid of? Didn't they come around with a photo asking if anyone had seen the Grey Raven commandant? Guess they didn't get their act together and coordinate the witness search because they were keeping an eye on certain folks. But here's the weird thing. It's not just the task force. Even some of the engineering force who rolled in a few days back were asking the same question. Does the Grey Raven commandant owe them for some construction fee? Rein in your imagination. The higher-ups don't say anything. I can only guess from my imagination. Yeah, you're right. Have we even given a proper response to all the accusations thrown by the Forsaken? It's making me lose confidence sometimes. There's no way war's gonna break out, right? After all, we still have the Long in this arsenal. but they're pushed to the brink. This is our top secret plan to counter the Longinus arsenal. Rest assured, everyone, if Babylonia decides to use the Longinus arsenal, they'll pay a heavy price. Now, the final pep talk is done. It's getting foggy. The new Oakley, huh? He's still alive. When did it go wrong? Nigel? Heard you from the shadows as the Scorpio who nearly led you and Noctis to your deaths. Oh, okay, so yeah. Perfect story. Having the stark contrast of before, he now exudes a more menacing aura, veering toward madness rather than mere ruthlessness. Grey Raven Commandant. Now that's an unexpected twist. Don't worry, I only have one target today. Seemingly invisible to the eye, he draws the blade from the ground, skillfully deflecting incoming bullets. Seriously? If he ignores the sneak attack from Zong and instead aims his blade at Watanabe. You are the biggest obstacle to Generalissimo. I can't let you return alive. Good. I've got some questions about Ballard for you. So, protect Santos and Jada. Roger that. Worry about yourself first. I'll not let anyone interfere with this battle. Synchronized leap, Watanabe and Nigel soared through the air, flying in a fierce clash where their blue and black shadows intertwine. Broken Tail. Ex-Purifying Force. Wow. Nope. Nope. Here we go. 100? Bro! There's gotta be some way to make this fair. Holy shit. Oh my god. Nope.
もう死は恐れない。問題ない。命がけで行くぞ。この戦いを終わらせる。生き抜いてやる。命がけで行くぞ。道を切り開く。 おごりない。もう死は恐れない。問題ない。彼が認めた存在か。だが所詮昔のこと。
Oh my god, I was playing for so long. Like, I was missing. It took a long while to get that right. Holy shit. Oh shit. Nope. Did that wrong. Oh shit. Gotta keep running. Damn. Got it.
命がけで恐れもしない。道を切り開く。ここまでなのか。もう死は生き抜いてやる。共に地獄へ落ちろ。
を切り開く。
Okay. Seriously, that one where I just had to press the button repetitively was the hardest part. Even so, I still can't secure victory for him. The continuous assault from both his foe and himself, his frame has reached his utmost limit. Faint cracking sound resonates from within as the artificial skeleton designed to facilitate movement succumbs to the overwhelming strain. Similarly wounded, plants his trail blade into the ground to support himself as he recovers his stamina to get on the other side. The emanating from him is distorting the surrounding air, reaffirming scorch marks on the ground. What does Ballard really want? You spend more time with him than I have. Can't you tell? Do you harbor unresolved hatred for Babylonia as well? Hatred? I don't feel anything like that. I was born with congenital blindness, a genetic disease that even the Golden Age technology couldn't cure. That was why I only realized that the people caring for me were not my parents when I finally understood of his conversations. I was abandoned, sold to be exact, the price of an old terminal. Having been abandoned once, why would I care about being discarded again? Shows no hatred or desire in his lifeless gaze. Why would you risk your life to fight them? Why fight me with a broken body using methods you're not skilled in? What kind of future do you and Ballard want? Future? I've never dreamed of such a thing. You were either born in the glorious Golden Age or born in Eden. You know what a happy future looks like. You felt its shape. But not me. I was born the greatest era, but I've always lived in the darkest corners. When Ballard took me out of that secret laboratory, the post-pandemic world outside looked no different than the one inside. I've never seen the light, so how could I dream of it? So Ballard gave me something everyone is born with. Something that will stay with me for the rest of my life. Power. The power to fight. Fighting is the only redemption I can find. It's my only purpose. The one thing that no one can take away. You fight for survival, salvation, the dream of a future. I fight for the fight itself. So no matter the mission, I will do it. No matter the enemy, I will eliminate them. Leave it to me, Generalissimo. Your treatment isn't over yet. But let's not dissuade this stubborn subordinate directly. Knows that depriving of battle is worse than taking his life. Just a minor injury from my last mistake. I won't fail this time. It's no minor injury, especially to the magnetic device on your right arm. You still control it properly? I'll handle it myself if the situation is as reported. Watanabe was one of my best students. You can't defeat him in your current state. Taiju has always been a quiet person. He's been even quieter since his last failure. But this time he uncharacteristically opposes Ballard's suggestion. You can't go, Generalissimo. The Forsaken only has the confidence to challenge Babylonia with you leading them. You've been preparing for this one opportunity for decades. The time has come and the fuse is lit. You either pull the trigger now or give up. Neither Babylonia nor Forsaken will give us time to hesitate. You always tell me that power must be used wisely. I don't think there's a more fitting moment to use my power than now. You'll die. It's not about how deadly Watanabe is. Ballard understands that the man before him will do whatever it takes to complete this mission after his previous failure. The moment has come, as Nigel said. I'm not one to actively seek death, but giving my life in this battle will be my greatest redemption. Time seemed to stretch infinitely in silence. wait for your good news. Yes, sir. Hello? He's still waiting for my good news. Magnetic ring on Nigel's right arm begins to glow red. No! Zong! Got it! Yuli rushes toward the stunned Jada while Watanabe, having tossed Nigel away, quickly moves to your side. You will not stop Generalissimo's plan no matter what! Smoke and flame from the explosion obscures your vision in an instant. Another victim. You'd like to join us and burn those insects to ash? Scorching sensation still lingers on your back. Doesn't take a while to fade away. Watanabe? Commandant? Jada? You guys okay? Cloak is on fire, Watanabe. Why don't you start dragging people away instead of yelling? Are you alright? I'm good. Zongo and Watanabe are ready to breathe the burns on their back. Like Jada and you, who were basically unarmed. If they didn't react in time, they wouldn't have been able to stand back up after a few coughs. Oh, right, it's these guys again. Who the hell started the fire? Was it you guys? Wait, isn't that the uniform of the Forsaken? You must have started the fire. Huh? Me? The mayor didn't let you in, so you sneaked in to cause trouble, didn't you? No, I've been here for a long time. So it was premeditated. I knew the previous Forsaken attack didn't come out of nowhere. The attack. Can you tell me more about it? Who are you? You look like a construct. Do they all look like this nowadays? I'll explain everything, but please, first tell me what's been happening with the Forsaken lately. Let's discuss this somewhere else. The rest of you stay put here. Stay here, put out the fire. I'll take them to see you again. Wow. So, they're finally looking here. I'm sorry, Xanthos, but I'm afraid New Oakley can no longer shelter you. The Forsaken used to maintain the facade of politeness with us, but they're going all out without any pretense this time. It's okay. At least we achieved our goal. Thank you for the gear and the personnel you provided. I can't take credit for that. Folks like Jada and all the equipment were rescued and salvaged by the Forsaken during that disaster. They chose to stay here afterward because they realized those of us on the surface valued them more, unlike those living in Eden. Although I haven't met you in person before, I've heard many stories. I couldn't have saved those people alone. There's no need for modesty here. You've earned the right to hold your head high. I've been observing from the sidelines. No matter what you think of the attack, I can assure you that many made the same choice as yours because of your influence. You and your followers have saved more people because of it. I believe that's why Ballard used your death to incite them. Mutual benefits are a great way to bring people together, but mutual hatred forges a stronger bond. For the Forsaken, your death provided the perfect spark to ignite their hatred. Right, yeah, because it's not necessarily that they didn't dislike Babylonia. Of course they harbored some hatred, because again, they were left behind. But at the same time, it's like they needed to focus on their survival more, that they couldn't be bothered to think about who they would see as their mutual enemy. But with this, taking away the leader who gave them this new opportunity, or this second chance, of course they'd be pissed. Can you update me on the current situation? It's not a long story. Ballard gradually took over disputed areas under the guise of searching for you in self-preservation during the 6 months you disappeared. There were frictions between Babylonia and the Forsaken during this time, but they were more or less resolved under orders from the higher-ups on both sides. After all, I assume the Forsaken doesn't normally reveal their true strength, right? Perhaps Ballard gradually revealed his cards during this process, forcing Babylonia to reassess him. It's not that simple. I don't mean to pry. The situation changed last week. After securing another area, Ballard suddenly announced your death and called on all Forsaken to liberate the conservation area. Many were incited, though some opposed. Those who opposed were summoned to Ballard's new headquarters, and they haven't been heard from since. But the Forsaken and Babylonia are now amassing troops at the border. No one knows who will fire the first shot. Just an outsider. That's all I know. I see. So that's why they were like, oh, don't you dare use a lighter, because that could be like, oh, like a signal, or like, oh, they're putting up torches, or like cannons or whatever. It's like, it could mean anything, and that's why even that would have been risky in itself. It's like being a visual of a declaration of war. I assume you'll be discussing what your next step should be, right? You can head the room for now. Should I leave too? Shall we enter the border together? Should we split up? It's too dangerous for you. What kind of person is Ballard? We can't turn a blind eye to what he opposes, but he never acts recklessly. If he had revealed his true intention, he must be prepared for success. Then he must know about the Longinus arsenal. He wouldn't have gambled on Babylonia not using it. If he has a way to counter Babylonia, he hasn't told me about it. Whatever it is, must be as dangerous as the Longinus arsenal. That's the only way you can pose an equal threat to Babylonia. That's why you must find out what it is and stop him. I'll explain everything at the border. Hey, haven't you been avoiding the Babylonians, Commandant? That was because I couldn't be sure who I could trust. But it's different if a large troop is at the border. Masterminds may control one conservation area, but they can't control all the frontline soldiers. I'm safer when there are more witnesses. Then let Zong go with you. Roger. I know you think it's more dangerous where I'm going, but hear me out first. First, having Zong represent the Forsaken is more convincing. We still don't know what Ballard's and Babylonia's orders are, and we need to keep both sides calm. Second, Zong can keep you safe on the road. None of this matters if you can't reach your destination. Alright. You had me convinced. You didn't make it easy. Looks like you made your decision. Car keys. It's old, but it still runs well. You're gonna need transportation, aren't you? Fortunately, it's the only one I have. It's more than enough. Thank you. You've all saved this town in different ways. This is nothing. Looks like I had to ask you to stop a war again. According to the map, you have to pass through a forest to reach the border, while the route to Ballard's location is along old highways. So Wanabe insists on dropping you and Zong near the forest before heading directly to Ballard to confront him. Something on your mind?
意識界リンクの時、私の記憶をどれだけ見た？
Ah, I see. So that's what that flashback was. All those flashbacks we have of like Watanabe and what he was experiencing, that wasn't just to like retell the story. Or that wasn't just Watanabe having his life flash before his eyes. It was us going through his mind. Almost all of it?
配慮のかけらもない言い方だな。すなわち私のプライバシーが完全になくなったというわけだ。
Sama. He complains.
ならば、空中庭園が行ってきたことと、オブリビオンが創立された理由。今の空中庭園をどう思う？
Yeah, that's true, because I'll be honest, before having gone through this, I wouldn't say like Babylonia was like a place for true heroes, because after we had at least learned about Forsaken initially, from the first couple chapters, I didn't really know what to make of them. Like, I wouldn't say they are the heroes, but to be fair, the people who we've encountered so far, like Lucia, Liv, Lee, Kamui, Chrome, hell, even Vera, they were all actually helping people out. So it was like, at least from the side of the constructs, they weren't bad people. But when looking at stuff like Hassan or the other guy, oh, Nikolai, yeah, there were always hidden intentions in some way. But now this is kind of like giving a bigger idea as to like, why exactly can you never see Watanabe working with these guys like directly? Why is it always has to be a deal? That makes a lot more sense. So it really is hard to tell, because again, in the end, they did take the better resources and go to space. I mean, it's not necessarily the wrong option, but they decided to completely abandon the people of Earth to fend for themselves. Like, it's one thing if it was like, oh, they took a certain number of people, but they're still helping on Earth, like, through other means, but it's like they completely ditched it. They didn't give a second look to them. And that's why you see many groups like the Forsaken, Agdalek, hell, the Forest Guard too. They're all helping humanity that's been left behind in their own way. Nothing in particular.
本当にそう思っているのなら、先ほど別行動をしようだなんて言わないだろ
う。I don't think he'll give it up no matter what.
諦めないか。あなたの状況はちまきから聞いた。空中庭園はあなたを裏切った。あなたを必要としていない場所だ。なぜそこまで救おうとする？今もなお生き続けている大切な人たちのためか。
Seems to be asking me as well as himself. Even without meeting Lucy and the others, I would still go back. The unexpected answer makes him pause and wait for you to continue. Because we're born there. Even if it isn't perfect, it needs to change. If we all choose to run away, we'll be there to change it. Didn't you make the same choice?
人類の未来が空にしかなくとも地球を諦めたくはないんだ。どんなに時間と犠牲を払おうとも人類はいつか必ず故郷を取り返す。
Yeah, because in the end, it really should come down to both sides working together. But considering the different stances that both sides have had, is that so far, with the way it is, we'll never be able to reach an agreement to do that. Because that's what they don't really understand. It's like, no matter how amazing the constructs you had, we keep losing to the Ascendants. No matter how many people they gather in the Forsaken, they can't really actually put an end to the virus without the engineering and technical means to do it. They need both sides to do it, but it's just not that simple. The problem is that the politics that go on with it, and all the other stuff alongside that just makes it too hard to actually find a way to actually reconcile.
そうだな。あの時ここに留まった理由を忘れるところだった。 彼らが同じ道を選んだのもきっとそんなまっすぐで偽りのない理由なのだろう。だからこそ揺らぎなく眩しいのだ。
Confusion and doubting asked from the betrayal vanishes in an instant. Trickles softly.
しかし残念だ。いっそのことオブリビオンに来ないかと誘うつもりだったのだが。
I'll take it as a joke.
本気さ。だから非常に残念だ。
We'll get off here then, Watanabe. Be careful out there. Watanabe. Looks like scene, right? Yeah, you have my word. Cool breeze awakes your slumbering mind. Just your ill-fitting coat and focus. Then you determine to check the time. You realize you've been asleep for half an hour. Still have not found a way to disable tracking on the comms. Time to move. Lost one of your oversized shoes back in the fight. By being careful, you still cut your bare left foot with a sharp rock. The blood will leave a trail. Your wound with some dry moss, but it's only a temporary measure. Need to find a place to clean the wound. Acquire a few more wounds while searching for a stream. Fortunately, you managed to find what you were looking for. Clean the injuries with the water from the stream, you finally get a clear look at your current state. Your face has grown more angular from hunger. Your eyes tired from the lack of sleep. Covered in bruises from your failed escape and scars from your fights with the corrupted. How messy. They still recognize you when they see you again? I help but wonder. It's been 4 days since you escaped from the underground laboratory. Far from being sure you're no longer in a clean zone, you had no other clues about where you are. Can't afford to ponder too long. Hungry potential pursuers are urging you to act quickly. Should you continue toward the mountaintop or follow the stream? I think you hear rustling behind you. Who's there? Whoa, don't shoot, Commandant. It's me. Zong. Expect to run into a familiar face. What are you doing here wearing someone else's jacket? Are you hurt? Tries to walk over. Don't move. Huh? What were you holding? When we first met? A first meeting? Wait, don't aim at my head. I'm thinking. Right, it was a creative ingredients. Apart from Watanabe and Great Raven, there was also a kid from Act Like with us back then. He was doing it shorter than me, and his name was, Hey, Jung-yoon. I'm sorry. Had to make sure. Phew. Why are you here anyway, Commandant? No, wait, I should bandage your wound first. One thing at a time. Using basic supplies, Zong's brought to treat your worsening injuries. You recount the events of the past few days. Huh? You were kidnapped? I thought Babylonia always arranged a flight to bring you back, no? Who do you think I am, the commander? Well, what about you? Why are you here? Please follow me. Should I carry you? I can walk. Don't be mad, Commander. I didn't mean to look down on you. Oh, Why do you wear my shoes? It's not necessary. It acts much faster than you can speak. It's when you know something unusual. Song? You a construct? Not many people know about it. After all, I'm not as impressive as other constructs. So I didn't really want others to find out. Let's go, Commandant. Follow along to the forest to a cave and you find a battered figure there. Is that Watanabe? Yep, it's the boss. But he hasn't woken up since the attack. I heard that a mind connection can fix almost anything with the mind. So use your connection to do something already, Commandant. Don't believe in rumors. A mind connection isn't a cure-all. What? We don't have the equipment here. Isn't that mind connection just a plug-and-play? There weren't commandants yet when I became a construct. What should we do then? We need to find a place. Somewhere outside Babylonia or Forsaken. Someone that has equipment. And it can't be too far. As you ponder, the name of a place pops into your mind. The constructs living there would have the basic equipment you need. New Oakley. New Oakley. You know the place too? I escorted Jada there before. She'll know what to do. Okay, so this is how we ended up in that situation. You come at the right time. The Forsaken just left after ransacking the town. Okay. Because I was gonna be like, even the Forsaken, I think, could be able to like tell if someone was lying or not. Like maybe not like someone that, but like considering some of the top higher echelon that we've seen, I feel like they'd be able to tell. But it's just like we were just lucky to miss them, and both Watanabe and I weren't there at the time. So they didn't bother again. Because considering he seemed truthful, it's like, nah, he couldn't lie to us with our guns pointed at him. Actually, we've been staying out nearby for a long time. Did you really have to let them know, Commandant? Quite smart, aren't you? Were you making sure that we weren't siding with them? I hope you can understand. You should go hide in the basement of that abandoned tavern first. I'll inform Jada. Thank you. I'm not an ungrateful person. New Oakley doesn't turn away its friends. Everything you've done will not be in vain. The long process of awakening comes afterward. During this time, you piece together the truth bit by bit from Zong's accounts and the information gathered from the outside world. Let's get going too, Commandant. Yeah. So you must fulfill your part of the deal too. Blood-soaked hands. Can you promise me one thing, Commandant? What is it? You need those human soldiers to me. Ah, great. Blood-soaked hands. Oh, hey! Oh, no. Oh my god. No. Hey! Oh, that's bullshit. It's cheating. It's still doing a decent job. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Yeah, not too bad. Zong? What's coming? Hetero creatures? Shit. What? I hit it! Nice shot. Watch out! Behind you! Aw, shit. I messed up. Okay, there we go. He's got it the second time. Well, there goes those guys. Wow. Ah, no. Oh, come on. Wait, where have I seen these guys before? Wait, I've fought them before, right? Or maybe not? How do you feel now? Much better. Guess they're surrounded. Don't give up. It's not the first time. I promise I'll take you out. You doing okay? It's not about whether or not I'm okay. Didn't we agree I'd handle the rebels while you focus on the hetero creatures? It was an emergency. We can't afford to worry too much. He wasn't a corrupted or a hetero creature. He was... I know. He was human. Why is such a fragile thing? Ah, I see. He didn't want me to have to kill other people of my own kind. This is firsthand for the first time. It's not supposed to happen. You're the hero who leads the fight against the punishing virus. You shouldn't have been the one who did it. So, right now, I'm just your teammate. Let's go. Huh? Cradle? I thought I wouldn't be discovered. This is the third time we've met each other, Xanthos. You! She tried to dodge away, however. Instead, she stares down the barrel, aiming at her curiously. Isn't this what hostility looks like in the real world? The instinct living organisms are developed to protect others. No, this is slightly different. What do you want? I'm here to retrieve the discarded. Are you controlling the heterozone? Controlling? I don't think that's accurate. But please forgive me. I don't yet have the words to accurately describe what my relationship with this land is. If you wish to leave, you can head that way. Why would you help us? Because I want to see more stories. I want to understand civilizations, societies, humanity. The stories of humans are more important than humans themselves. So I sincerely hope you will leave more stories behind. Now please, allow me to take my leave. Commandant, what on earth was she? I'm not sure either. It seems something bad will happen in the heterozone. I mean, I don't blame him. I don't know anything about her. Just given the besiegement of your new pursuers, feigning the attacks of hetero creatures, pushing through strange vines and branches, you finally see normal daylight through the gaps in the treetops. almost half-year-long escape seems to be nearing its end. Zong, hurry! Because the boundary between the strange and the normal, since that the air is no longer tinged with the sickly, sweet, rotten smell. So at the impending end of your ordeal, you fail to notice. Someone's fallen behind. Zong? Hey. Watanabe! Watanabe, wake up! Why is it happening again? He sees a girl in a green robe walking in the purple field, processing in the soil wherever she steps. He's dying. Stay back! His core, I suppose. It was shattered by the bomb earlier. He will enter an eternal sleep very soon. Please leave him to me. His story will be passed on through me. Go away! Watanabe will survive! He won't. Not unless someone's willing to exchange their core with him. I can't! We'll find a way once we get to the camp. Zong suddenly realizes that only the Forsaken know their whereabouts. Turning now might mean walking through a trap. The girl does not seem to notice his hesitation, asks gently. Is this what you call a sacrifice? I won't let the same thing happen again. More than a sacrifice, then? Alright, I accept your deal. This will be a new story for me. Wait, I didn't... Since I fulfilled your request, I shall claim my rewards as part of the deal. It's only fair. Zong! Zong! You call as Zong slowly opens his eyes. Unlike idea how long he's leaned against the tree. Commandant. What's happening? I remember now. You've seen the Queen Robe before. And we were attacked. She helped transfer my core into Watanabe. And then installed something else where my core used to be. After entering the clean zone and crossing the boundary between the strange and the normal, Zong felt the thing in his chest disappear. Oh! It was proved that the stories continued, thus the contract was fulfilled. I'll get you out of the clean zone immediately. No. Commandant, I want to know, did I do the right thing? Don't know what to answer. It's hard to tell, isn't it? I'm not very bright, Commandant, or very strong. I haven't been much help, even after I became a construct. No, that's not true. Don't belittle yourself. So, that was the only way. I didn't want to feel powerless like I did back then. Still, I had to rely on others in the end. Commandant, tell me, will Watanabe be infected because of what I did? That wasn't me. I'm merely a reader here. I finished reading the story in his heart. As a part of our deal, I shall return the book intact. Oh, that was the deal. He won't. I promise. That's good. I've been afraid. I've turned Watanabe into something he hates. But it must be okay if someone like you promise. I don't want to become corrupted. I seen the face Watanabe made when he had to execute the comrades who turned. It was hard to watch, so don't make it go back. Please? I promise you. Don't feel sad for me, Commandant. I've After all, I finally achieved what I always wanted, even though I needed some help. Slowly raises his right hand to salute you. Can I ask you one last favor? Please tell Watanabe that little crybaby who used to be a burden can help protect others too. His hand falls as he falls silent. Never rise again. We'll finish this last mission together. Damn. Shit, man. I actually was crying for that. Holy shit. Like, to think that little boy finally got to save his hero. Fuck me, man. Y'all know it's not that easy for me to cry on games. Like, I've done it for some, obviously. Like, for when it came to Alicia and for Dana, but... Damn, even though I didn't know him for so long, still. Hey, someone seems to be coming. Where? Is it Babylonia? They finally lost their patience? Doesn't seem to be coming from the same direction. And a person's carrying someone. Meanwhile, at the Babylonian outpost, someone's here. Strange. I don't think that person's armed. Found a way behind your back, you walk forward step by step. As what soaks through your bandages on your body, yet to fully heal, wounds new and old begin to ache. Now I have to look up to feel countless barrels coldly aiming at you on both sides. Flat? Yeah, you'll use that one, Commandant, and I'll use this one. It's like giving them a heads up. I didn't know you knew how to do this. I've been practicing for a long time. You know, this is a dangerous move. If odds long, this is the only way to get both sides to the negotiating table. To not betray his resolve. Hold up behind it to deal with him. Not break the promise you made to yourself. What is a little risk? Two flags flutter before or above the buffer zone. A bearing the emblem of raven feathers and a shield, the other a symbol of a gas mask, sand, and fire. I am Xanthos, the Great Raven Commandant. I will unveil the truth of this war. Rescue mission. Forsaken Camp 615. Looks like it's gonna rain again. Yeah, I brought some raincoats. You want one? You're always so prepared. Soldier's turn to take the raincoat. A flash of green catches his eye. Who's there? He raises his gun and aims. What's wrong? Something's there. Two slowly approach. They found a piece of green canvas caught on a branch before them. Whew, you're too tense. Probably. They relax over, they fail to notice that someone's been overlooking the entire camp from a high vantage point. This area was once unclaimed. It's been transformed to a new base during his absence. The monument in the distance still bears traces of the past, but the surrounding area is completely changed. Combat vehicles, tanks, self-propelled artillery stationed on the outskirts of the camp while trucks transport ready troops down the front lines. Why are you doing this, Ballard? You know he's no longer confused about what needs to be done, while now he still has some questions in his mind. He expressed the urge to confront Ballard directly because to prepare for what he needs to do. Trusted to be their leader, it is Watanabe's responsibility to rescue his trapped comrades now. I'm sorry I'm late, everyone. You've been waiting for a while, haven't you? The storm is coming. Ooh, let's go. Why is it so less guarded here? Find out where they're held first. Comrades are not here. Hey, bitch! Oh, you motherfucker! Hey! You can't touch this. Fucking Watanabe.
死は恐れない
I ain't got time to play with you.
生き抜いてやるおごれないせいか生き抜いてやる
God damn it, why are you getting so tough to kill? God damn. Seriously, is their defense stat like max or
準
something?
備はすでに整っている
Come on. Hey,
もう死は恐れない
thank you.
生き抜いてやる
There we go. Nice. Let's see. Nope. Here? Nope. Let's check here first. Not here.
Alright, この戦いを終わらせる
Alright, what about here? Nope. Oh no, don't look at me. Oh my god, they actually see me.
生き抜いてやる
Got this. Oh shit.
命がけでいくぞ生き抜いてやる恐れはしない命がけでいくぞ
Oh.
道を切り開く怒りないもう死は恐れない
Come on, I'm pissed. They didn't have to do that to my boy Zong like that.
生き抜いてや
I'm fighting for his sake tenfold.
る命がけでいくぞこの戦いを終わらせる
Alright. Let's see. If I had to guess, probably in there and I'll have to like crawl or something. Not here. What you? Y'all were not here before.
生き抜いてやる命がけでいくぞ
Come on. I got all days.
道を切り開く
Yeah, there we go. You too? Everybody's getting beat down. Too few guards here. Not so not here or on the ground. Let's see. That tent seems redundant. Have a look. Why would say that if I'm him? Covered like I expected. The entrance to the underground. They're likely to be in there. Episode 25, Rescue Mission. Sankib Underground, 1820. It's more guarded here than above there. Seems like the right place. I can sneak in silently with the scan device. Oh, goody. Scanning. Wait, what's scan device?
怒りない成果だ
This, you want fucking scan device? You didn't give me any. Oh, there we go. Ah, fucking hell. No. Oh, motherfucker. See, that's what I mean. It's like, what the hell do you mean? You didn't even give me a scan device. Oh, God. Fuck off.
命がけでいくぞ
Nope. Okay. Sneak. Sneaky, 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 sneaky. Come on. Alright, let's see. What do we got? Ah. Really? Nothing here. Oh shit. Okay, there we go. Now I see. Come on. Come on. No, you wanna. Oh wait, I should probably get a bit closer here. There we go, much better. Here we go. Come on. Yes! Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, I can't go through here. Alright, fine. Okay, gotta be careful. Oh, come on. Listen, why are we getting the option? Oh, shit. Oh. Okay, guess I just go to them first. Other people are still in there. Oh, it's Leon. What's up, man? Oh, God. Great. Another maze. Goody. They're in there. So many others. Oh, come on! That should have been enough for a sneak attack. Come on. Oh my god. There we go. Oh. Shit. Let me sneak. Come on. No! Damn it! Son of a bitch. Doesn't even matter because I mean he's right there. Maybe they can actually see me. Be funny if they actually can't. Oh my god, wait, can you actually not see me? Hold up. Oh come on, I can't do my takedown move? Or do I have to be like what's it called? Crouching to do it. This guy actually has a crouch. Bullshit, y'all should have told me this in the beginning. No. Come on. Yeah, you go too. Alright. Bitch. Alright. Who else wants to get beat up? Oh. Never mind. Cool. What's up, guys? Alright, let's move. What else we got? Ah, fuck me. What? No, what dodge that? You dare act like I didn't. There we go. Bunch of losers. Nope. Easy. Wait, what? Oh, I'm supposed to go up there. He's taken. Alright, I'll wait for you guys. Cool. Oh, now I go here? Okay. Sorry if I actually did have to go up there, but it's not. I guess they're gonna show up at the end this tunnel. Yep, of fucking course. Nope. You motherfucker. Nah. Y'all don't get that shit. Get over here. Yeah, nice job, kid. Alright, let's go. These people are worth my time. Nope. There we go. Oh, okay, that's my team doing it. I was like, what the hell? Why do I have to dodge it? The exit's over there. Let's part when we get out. You're going to find Ballard? Let's go together. No, you have a more important mission. I want you to tell the truth to our comrades. Too few guards here. This must have been something elsewhere by Ballard. Alright. Boss will wait for you to return in triumph. Wait, I failed? How? Wait, did I? Oh, no, I got it. What the hell? Why didn't you even say fail then? No, fuck it. Doesn't even matter. At least it gave it to me. Orbital strike. Old government headquarters. So, Nigel failed too. In the footsteps of his door, Bell doesn't even need to turn around. You could have sneaked in, walking from me openly. Because I still have questions. Huh. You must have some understanding of the current situation having reached this far. At this point, do you generally seek to learn the truth more than to stop me? I will stop you, but I also don't want to remain in the dark. What exactly are you trying to achieve, Ballard? Before I start, I'm more curious about how you survived. You should have died on the spot. Your showing appears beyond my wildest imagination. Oh yeah, because Watanabe also doesn't really know how he survived. It seems that you have no idea what imaginable things that have happened to you either. Forget it. Those questions are meaningless to me now. Take a seat. A few more minutes won't make much of a difference if you plan to stop me, right? Let me start from the beginning. After the disruption at the Hetero Tower, I realized it was the change I've been waiting for. The disruption plunged the once stable Babylonia into chaos. Chrono had never been so vulnerable. Oh, right, yeah, because he was only using the Chrono group to, because they were his only way into getting intel from Babylonia, but this time, he could turn the reins on all of them at once. Just means I have to figure out what exactly happened in that. Do you know that they have yet to replace all the junior officers they lost? The emergence of the clean zone afterward was unexpected, obviously, but it didn't matter. It just meant that the engineering chips we collected years ago could be put to use. Compared to the trigger-happy Babylonia, we have the advantage of restarting those production and gathering lines. Ah. So their waiting process had finally borne fruit now that they could actually use it, in a time where Babylonia didn't have near the high-end resources that they did before. The resources and connections I secretly gathered over decades will be converted into a military power that can stand against Babylonia at a breakneck pace. The only variable that could hinder my plan was you, Watanabe. I didn't expect you to do so well after taking over Oasis and merging it with the Forsaken. Right, because part of the reason he said was because he wanted to keep himself out of Babylonia's eyes. But this is really why. Because they would think that without Watanabe, they really had no one else left. But it was actually that Ballard gave himself the perfect opportunity, and he'd be able to create a counterstrike that they wouldn't have even expected. Because again, Ballard was deemed dead all those years. And only the Chrono group and another group, if I remember, that he collaborated with would actually know of his existence. Too well, in fact. I can feel the cracks in those soldiers' hearts gradually healing. Rather than seeking closure for the past, they are increasingly inclined to let go. If this continues, they might actually choose to reconcile with Babylonia. I won't allow it. I won't stand by and watch those soldiers become Babylonia's lackeys again. I won't give Babylonia another chance to exploit and betray us. Yeah, because that's the thing, it's like, he's not wrong entirely. Like, sure, revenge isn't the best answer, but considering what Babylonia had done, and some of the truths that we have seen over the course of the story so far, it's not entirely out of the question that they would go back to doing the same thing if they needed to. So, you've become my biggest obstacle. With your death also proved to be the perfect spark to stir up their hatred. I've already come to terms with my situation. I don't care anymore. Why? Why would you drag all of them into war and put them under threat of the Longinus arsenal? Didn't you say leaders are responsible for the lives of their people, so they must do their best to unite everyone? Why would you do this then? Is it for revenge? Revenge? I'll admit that's part of it. But that's not all. As long as Babylonia exists, the force on the surface can never achieve true unity while fearing them. And if we are to unite under those deserters, it will only lead to another betrayal. Babylonia is changing. Don't speak on what you don't understand. Just because you've interacted with their soldiers and commanders doesn't give you the insight to assess their organization. Yeah, that's true, because, again, the constructs, they're cool. The commandant, he's trustworthy. But that doesn't mean everyone is. They don't represent that whole, unfortunately. And that's the bitter truth. Because even Babylonia, everyone has their own agendas, kind of, in a way. So they're not also the perfectly united either, or truly the just champions. Grow up, Watanabe. The people who decide the future of their organization are not their foot soldiers. It's the people in power who make all the decisions. Babylonia's brain is a nest of deserters, cowards, and traitors. I also wondered if they have changed, but play heroes all they want, but they would still abandon their own heroes. Hang in there. We'll reach the medical station soon. Are you an ally? I'm sorry, but I'm already... Stop talking. There's still time. How long have I been unconscious? 3 days. 3 days. Guess I can't go back now, can I? You're not from Babylonia, are you? Thank you for saving me, but I won't be of use anymore. Saving me might just bring you trouble. The next Lloyd would have been made public by now. What? Hey, don't give up. Can you pass my tag in this notebook to the next Lloyd? If you can. Tip of his name and past, Construct shoves the 2 items into Ballard's hands, tightly even in death. They silence those who want to tell the truth. Soren, Howard, shoot them. They abandoned those who are still fighting. Due to strategic resource allocation consideration, we'll be unable to allocate backup for troops with no likelihood to survive. Babylonia adjusted its orbital altitude 15 minutes ago to avoid contact with the space station. If any survivors receive this message, know this. We can thank you for your efforts. You've been brave boys, and humanity will always remember your glory. They hide their lust for power with lies. Become a construct and fight for your family and friends. They justify their cowardice with selfish goals. We can reinstall the 0-point engine on Babylonia, using its nearly infinite energy to restore Babylonia into a colony ship to take us away from Earth to the stars. Their soldiers are dying while those cowards are enjoying their lives. Tell me, how can I possibly forgive them? They use a pent-up rage surge for Ballard, making him look like a hellish demon. In a way, he is. And it's still no reason to drag a whole generation into war. What you're doing isn't just destroying the home of the next generation. You're destroying the spark those who sacrifice themselves die protecting. Their legacy will be destroyed by this war. They will truly be erased like ashes drifting in the void. How can humanity rise again if the proof of unity is lost? You've been blinded by your past hatred so much that you can't see the future. Why do you think both sides will suffer losses? Do you know why I chose this place? This is one of the few places where Longinus Arsenal can target without using nodes. Ballard, you... Remember the Erinus command Nidhart stopped. those commands were only stopped, not erased. Oh my god. Although the original files of the data disk it carried were gone, Ernest's commands were faithfully preserved. One of them is the launch command for all the 7,295 unloaded ballistic missiles for the entire space fleet. What the fuck? Oh, wait. I think I remember. Yes. Because Nihart was saying something, right? Because she did stop whatever the Gestalt reactor was trying to do. But she wanted to go back to do something afterward because she said something like, it's only for the moment or something like that, or she needed to do one extra thing. Was that what it was? She only stopped the chaos that would have ensued, but she didn't like completely delete it. Oh my god. So that's what this is. And their target is Babylonia. When my brain activity stops, that command will be transmitted through the antenna matrix scattered across the Forsaken territory. Babylonia is definitely going to use the Longinus arsenal to kill me. It's the easiest and safest method for them. Oh. Wow, so he's the trigger man himself. He knew that no matter what defenses he put up, no matter what personnel he surrounded himself with, he would lose. So in that case, don't put up any defenses. Let them come to him. They'll be their own undoing. Wow. That is literally a genius plan. Because again, regardless of whoever Babylonia sends its actual personnel, or they send constructs, they actually achieve, that will actually be the trigger. They'll think it's something else, or they'll think that, oh, he has to input a code. They think their Longinus arsenal will bury their dark secrets, but it will actually bury them. When the flames of the old era consume those cowards who should have died long ago, humanity will reunite again, out of hatred and fear, a bond stronger than mutual benefits. And this time, the sword of Damocles will not be hanging over their heads. Did I succeed? Tell me. I can't see. Go now. The command officer made these choices to save more lives. Now it's your turn to do more. Godspeed. Ballard! You're too late, Watanabe. The time has come. Wow. I'm so glad I paid attention to that, because I was like, damn, are we ever going to get to actually figure out what was it that Nidhogg was saying all the way back then? And now it's actually come back to haunt us here now. Fuck me. That is an amazing attention to detail. I love it. And like I said, I like how Ballard is being here because, again, he's not a true villain. Because we've seen those truths firsthand. We've seen how people are left behind. We've seen how Babylonia isn't always just doing it to actually be the good guys. They do it for their own intentions, their own motivations as well. Although that is like humans, but again, it's like you would think with all the danger that's like in front of them, they would work together. Like that should be the natural answer for this, but unfortunately that's not it. World Government Emergency Meeting. I'm sure you're all aware of the reason for this emergency meeting. There's a lot more people than usual. They're finally taking it seriously. Because that's the thing too that I can understand from Ballard's perspective is that it's true. We can't like, even if Babylonia was trying to say like, oh, we'll do right by you guys now, it doesn't do right by all the people who were sacrificed and whose lives were lost because they didn't give that helping hand that they needed, right? I mean, Watanabe was at least able to do it for these people now, but what about in the span of time from when Babylonia left and before people like Watanabe and Ballard had been helping people out? What about all those people, those unspoken voices? All they could do was just scream to the heavens while they met their untimely demise. So it would just be like stomping all over their struggle to survive. Indeed, we've confirmed who is currently leading the Forsaken. The projection of a square face appears in... My bad. It's not reading that. Ballard, the founder of the Purifying Force. This name hasn't been mentioned in a long time, but some council members might still remember him, I believe. Are you sure, President Hassan? If I remember correctly, that construct should have died before the Great Evacuation ended. Indeed. That is what the official document says. Since the Purifying Force wasn't under the military back then, it was the Executive Court that concluded the matter. From what I can recall, the person in charge of the Executive Court back then was... You're actually here. It's difficult for someone my age to show up in this place, but I have to come. Some youngsters told me that this involves issues from the old days when I was managing the Executive Court. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to defend myself after you're done discussing and pointing fingers, would I? When you say so. The old man coughs like broken bellows, and his secretary he puts an oxygen mask on. I don't believe you're on the attendance list, Kurano-san. And please mind your words. Parliament doesn't pass judgment without evidence. Ah, right. Ah, okay, so that's how he was able to get the fake death issue in order. Because I was like, even if the Kurano group's giving him this help now, when he's supposed to be dead, how did he get it past them to like get it marked officially dead? He would have needed some tight connections, but if it shows that he had been working for Kurano even back then, that would actually make more sense. Nor does it deprive any unlawful citizen of their right to defend themselves. Since this goes from the past, Hassan has a bad feeling. He's not stepped into the spotlight for a long time since the end of the Great Evacuation. Despite Kurano-san's actions must be closely connected to Kurano-san. It has all been done behind the scenes. Kurano-san has lived a long time. I witnessed the end of the peace operations and the establishment of the world government. He's lived through many generations. His contemporaries like Copperfield, Trillet, and Hans have long passed away. People have gotten used to his absence, but with one foot in the grave, he suddenly shows up at this meeting. What is he after? I know the rules. Although I haven't appeared here for a long time, I retain the status of an honorary council member as the former lead of the Executive Court. I have the right to attend meetings and offer my opinions. Someone as righteous as you wouldn't deny my legal right, would you, President Hassan? Naturally, I wouldn't dare to lead the way in undermining procedural justice. Good, good. Shall we continue then? What does everyone think of this man who's returned from death? Please press the button before you if you wish to speak, Kurano-san. You're not feeling well, I recommend leaving the meeting. It is hard for an old man like me to remember things. I don't think it really matters if he's resurrected or someone's impersonating him, right? Obviously, I'm not shirking my responsibility here. I'm willing to accept the Control Court's investigation after this meeting. So why don't we focus on the other matter? What is this ballad trying to do? Please take a look at this, everyone. The projection screen in the Parliament Hall displays a bird's eye view of a square filled with people, barely recognizable due to the rain in the distance. This image might be blurry, but the audio is quite clear. Comrades, oppressed souls are still waiting for liberation in the conservation areas. You know that not all Forsaken members are here today. Our trusted comrades are holding the front lines, guarding us against possible attacks. That's Ballard's voice. Hassan ponders how Kurano-san obtained this footage. The voice in the video continues to talk. Remember, this struggle only has two outcomes for both sides. Victory or death. But we must choose an outcome. Then we will choose victory. Complete victory. Johnny stops abruptly and the projection changes back to Ballard's face. There is no need to doubt the authenticity of this footage. I wouldn't risk my reputation by presenting a fake video. I think his intentions and stance are quite clear. He intends to start a war and take what belongs to the world government. If I remember correctly, the Forsaken should be led by a consort named Watanabe. Why is Ballard in charge now? I think President Hassan can answer that question. According to declassified files, Watanabe's father was a close friend of Ballard. Watanabe had previously carried out a Gestalt rescue mission with Ballard. I see. Did Ballard fake his death to join the Forsaken then? That we don't know, but his motives and hostility are quite evident. It's not matter to them who is leading the Forsaken, but whether the Forsaken poses a threat under this leader. He's exploiting their lack of information. Very few people in the Parliament know about Babylonia's partnership with the Forsaken during Watanabe's leadership. Given that Watanabe has been missing for half a year, Ballard's actions were like his own. Doesn't hesitate about bringing this up, Kurnosan has taken the initiative. True, because then it would have to be like, why are you working with the Forsaken? They're supposed to be our enemy this whole damn time, you know? So it is kind of hard for him to bring that up. And also then the fact, like, why did you keep this a secret and not actually tell us about this if we were in such desperate times? Speaking of Watanabe, it's been a long time since the military could contact him, right? What are you saying, Kurno-san? Has the military been secretly communicating with the Forsaken leader Commander Nicola? That's right. After the Heterocore incident at the space station, we've been occasionally working with the Forsaken secretly. Ah, yeah, that puts Nicola under the spotlight too. You will need to explain yourself after this meeting. Let's focus on the matter at hand first. After our first collaboration, we established a secret line of communication with Watanabe. But this line was cut off half a year ago, so we have no idea what his current stance is. Have you tried to find him? We tried, but to no avail. Unless he's currently hiding within Forsaken territory. But that would mean... It would mean either he's been playing a double game with us, or he's been killed by Ballard. Either scenario is good news. True. We can be sure of one thing. Ballard's hostility toward us. So I propose to use the Longinus arsenal to destroy their location directly. Their location is the former world government headquarters. We don't need to use the no targeting like with the Red Tide. We can strike in an hour. Nicola! I won't get involved with this madness. Don't be so hasty, young man. We both know that is the real Ballard. An imposter or the resurrected man. That fake death was orchestrated by Kurno in the Parliament anyway. Has nothing to do with it. Let me put it another way then. You and I arranged that fake death because we needed an executioner who could operate in the shadows, and a spy. But now it seems we've both been played. Had been a triple agent for a long time, learning our secrets and weaknesses. Kurno has done its shared dirty work, and the Parliament's records have always been immaculate. He's targeting all of us. He knows too much. What's been spread into conversation or conservation areas over the past 6 months is just the tip of the iceberg. He's destroying the foundation of Babylonia. We can't let him live any longer. I'll issue an arrest warrant. Oh, so he was also Nico. Right. Yeah, because, like I said, there was another party that he was working for. He was working for Nicola too? Wow. Okay, even bigger shot. An arrest warrant. You're going to use the Purifying Forces tactics against him. The person who came up with those moves. Yeah, that's true, because he was a part of that group. How much more will we have to sacrifice on the front lines against those old soldiers? Babylonia's forces aren't designed for wars. Fighting the corrupted and hetero creatures has already changed how our military works. We've grown more accustomed to special operations, and we lost our advantage squaring off on a battlefield head-on. In contrast, Forsaken's armed forces can be fully utilized in a clean zone when they don't have to worry about the punishing virus. Do you want all your soldiers to die in vain? Our conflict with the Forsaken hasn't reached that point yet. Are you waiting for those half-truths to slowly erode all of Babylonia before you can make up your mind? We both know Ballard will start a war. It's only a matter of time. The longer we wait, the more advantageous it is for him. Therefore, using the longest arsenal is the cost-effective option. Although you've parted ways with us, we're still on the same ship. Our Babylonia. Stop being indecisive and use the longest arsenal on him. Not for me, but for yourself and Babylonia. The Viper's revealing its fangs once again after many years. Oh, wow. Right, because he wasn't he didn't have the high authority back then. He was just working to that step, because Ballard was talking with Cyril about this a while back, when Watanabe was visiting Ballard's grave, like about who they could rely on to lead the world government. And they were like that there was something off about Nicola, or like maybe he's just not ready yet. And then it's like they seemed they could trust Hassan, but then there was some issue with that too. Maybe that they couldn't really get a read of him or something. But yeah, now this kind of shows again like more of Nicola's true intentions. The longest arsenal isn't that a bit too extreme? On second thought, though, it might be the option with the least amount of loss. We go to war directly, how many soldiers have perished, and how we deal with the expanding Hedera zone afterward. We don't know when the other side will start a war, but finding the longest arsenal will surely trigger it immediately. It'll be too late if we wait until the war actually starts. Do you want to sell out Babylonia's interests and bow to them? Quiet, everyone. Since the Reconquista age, we've been trying to mend our relationship with the personnel on the surface. After so much has happened, we finally built a fragile trust with them through the efforts of our new generation. Unity is our most powerful weapon against calamities. If the Longinus Arsenal is turned against our comrades on the surface, that fragile trust will be utterly destroyed. Right, because even then, what could the potential adverse effects be? Would it be the same like how we always hypothesize, what if other countries use nukes or stuff like that and it can actually endanger the environment for everyone else? That would basically be saying, yeah, we don't care about the people of Earth, just as long as humanity survives our humanity, it doesn't matter any other way. Like, whether that's the direct message or not, that's what people would be thinking. Please take that into consideration as well. They fear losing their current status and becoming the sinners who start the war. Yeah, because that is true. That was the same with like stuff about the past when it came to like whether agreeing with the Science Council or not. Sure, it sounds like a very risky move and kind of dumb to some people when it's like we had to have 10 years for preparation and then another 10 for like actually doing the thing. But it's like going against the word of like the greatest minds of the Science Council would seem stupid, and they would lose a lot from that. So, same place here. Again, the politics going crazy. See this, Colonel-san chuckles softly and presses the speech button. Here we go. Please say your piece, Colonel-san. Thank you, President. Now, everyone, if you wouldn't mind listening to an old man's ramblings. Before the world government was established, people had just emerged from the Great Depression back then. There was a trend toward unification, but it wasn't a straightforward process. Voices of opposition emerged one after another, each with their own reasons and agendas. Okay, I gotta read this with my regular voice, because otherwise my voice is just gonna be hoarse. How do we solve that problem? With war? Resolved it with decades of peace operations. Did humanity become fragmented because of it? No. Established the world government and entered the Golden Age. A glorious and enterprising era that was. I think Babylonia itself is the best evidence. After that was the outbreak of the punishing virus, the post-pandemic age, and the Great Evacuation. Were we wrong? Were any of you wrong? We were not wrong. We kept the spark of hope alive and began the Reconquista age. This Babylonia is the continuation of our Golden Age. Continuation of our civilization. Certainly, war is painful. But if this is the price of unity, I believe the pain is worth it. As members of the world government, I hope everyone can consider the matter rationally. Does anyone want to experience another Great Depression because of this prolonged division? Or do we endure this short-term discomfort and fight back? Those who reach deep in thought now show a similar hesitation. Does anyone else wish to speak? No one responds. Tide is turned. We'll proceed to vote on Nicola's proposal then. .1% are in favor of Nicola's proposition. 30.8% oppose. 34.1% abstain. Support rate is higher than the minimum requirements. The proposal is passed. His face dark as he realized Colonel-san's goal has been achieved. He was not trying to gain supporters. He was trying to push for more people to abstain. Oh! Wow! I see. I get it. Very smart. Very, very smart. Because I get it. He probably already has a good number of people already in with the world government. And true, he could make a statement where he could, like, try to, like, influence even more of, like, yeah, join us, agree with us, let's destroy them all for the sake of humanity. But it's like, no, that's not the point. The point was to get more people to be like, I don't know what's really the right decision. And again, to get more people to be like, I don't want to be the reason that they start the war. If the world government ends up starting a war, I didn't vote for it, they did. So I'm all good. You know, the bystander effect. Very clever. He definitely knew what he was doing with that. Because it's a lot easier to say yes or no when you have, like, the absolute, like, mindset. But it's much harder to change from one side to the other when you're stuck in the middle. Because too many positives and too many negatives can make you teeter for so long. That just was simple. Someone else can push the button, but everyone can share the reward. Just like they did during the Great Evacuation. Yep. Again, very clever. He knew exactly the type of crowd he was dealing with. It's probably because of all the years he's been in the world government. The venom forgotten by history is finally caught on at this moment. Its toxin bursting forth. Just like during the Great Evacuation, those at the crossroads had chosen silence once again. Ah, boy. Of course. This president has to only watch as it happens. It seems our discussion is over. I'll take my leave. Young people, there's no need to regret today's decision. Just go ahead and do it. He's about to leave in his wheelchair. Broadcast the United Declaration now. Shinda should not speak, breaks its silence. Gaston, what's going on? This announcement was set up when the world government was first established. When the condition of deploying a weapon of mass destruction on a large population is met, will automatically broadcast. All the council members stare at each other confused. No one is heard. Oh, wait. Is this something like maybe what Hans did or something? That said, a condition Gaston mentioned has never been met before. To the future generations, my name is Trillard. I'm the first president of the world government. What? Oh, that's Sly Fox, of course. Yeah, because they did want to have something in play, because even Trillard had noticed, like, sooner or later, people were also going to be, like, trying to, put their influence into the world government and take seats and stuff. Which is why when the worst came to happen, he tried to deal with it himself. But he probably also anticipated in the near future, even Hans wouldn't be able to stay there for that long. So he had to come up with another plan for the long term. Wow. But what he's seeing is only a projection for the past. All his hatred cannot transcend time to reach Trillard. Our time has just begun. What about yours? Has our beautiful solar system been fully developed? Or have you gone beyond the Milky Way and reached galaxies that we could only see through telescopes before? Have you established communication with alien civilizations? What are technologies and arts like? And the projection speaks like a well-traveled neighbor rambling on about the possibilities of the future. One spacious hall suddenly feels cramped, and some council members look uneasy. But since you're hearing these words, I imagine you must be facing something similar to what we were facing. Ah, he learned from his mistakes. Wow. That old man. Indeed, unity has a price. But please take a moment to think, my future comrades. Put yourself in their shoes. Have you really listened to the other side's demands? Is there really no room for negotiation? What if you become the price that can be sacrificed one day? The cost should not be our excuse to avoid difficulties. We should not be so comfortable with sacrifices being the price. We should not show our dedication only when it's easy. How can a civilization aiming for the stars regress to a barbaric era of survival of the fittest? Of course, I cannot make your decisions for you as a phantom of the past. This message is just an excuse for you to reconsider. Toei smiles and speaks in a solemn tone. Please think again, and make a careful decision for your fellow humans in the future. You do not have to become deaf to destroy your worlds. More importantly, don't become the solid snow that triggers the avalanche. The trilled speech, a list of cosigners begins to play. Those were all founding members of the world government. Members of the Science Council as well. Warnings travel through time, waiting for the council members to reconsider their relationship to the surface. How many more times are you going to be in my way? Those us, the only ones still alive for their generation, who's always lived in their shadow back when they were alive and seemingly even after their death. How can someone that comes into the shadow step into the light? You overestimate them. Those moved by your words are still the minority. As he's not really relieved by the sudden declaration either. Since the initial world government deemed it so, shall we vote again, President Hassan? Celica should have called us through the comms first. There's no time. Besides, it's related to this meeting. I'll accept the administrative penalty afterward. What's going on? We found Xanthos, and the commandant has brought back information about the Forsaken. Ballard framed Babylonia for Watanabe's death to incite conflict, but a recovered Watanabe is heading to Ballard's main base to stop him right now. Can you confirm it is the commandant? Raven's brought back clones before, right? I can confirm. All surgical scars match the records of the Star of Life. Then who can guarantee the truth of what the commandant says? I can. Have you remembered everything I told you? Must we do this? We must. Once we leave this place, send the report as I instructed anonymously. Go back to humanity's united front afterward and act like you know nothing. Just like before. And opposite Trillin hesitates. Don't worry. All of them like to say that politicians like us are cowards who wouldn't pull the trigger. They're wrong. You are the real bullet that I fired into this world. I believe you will save the future, Hassan. Wow, the time capsule's finally unveiled itself to the world and provided a new possibility. This occurs in Sun's surprised gaze, the whispers around him, and the increasing number of people, resuscitation and fear of turning to contemplation and determination. Hassan knows that it's time for the bullet Trillard fired decades ago to fulfill its intended purpose. I am willing to vouch for Xanthos' words as the president. I'm willing to bear the consequences. The commandant would never deceive us in this matter. I now announce a second vote at the deployment of the Longinus Arsenal. Damn. Jeez. Because I was kind of also going to be like, maybe this also has to do with what Hans was trying to do as well. Because he said that it wasn't over and he was going to keep watching, right? So maybe it was like also when he was in charge too, that he put that in before Hassan did. Because maybe some people knew about Hassan's connections with Trillard, they'd be wary of his every move. But if it was Hans, who people weren't really keeping a watch out for, maybe that's what happened. Again, we'll never know, but I'd like to believe it. Alright, so what's this last one? Buried in flames. Alright, time to settle the score. Countdown reaches 0, but the beam of divine punishment never descends on them. Instead, the sounds of comms keep ringing. Calls from the front lines, the rear, the food production plants, the factories. Deafening chatters fill the silence between the two men. Ballard knows what it means when he no longer wants to think about it. Stop being so stubborn, Ballard. The proof that Babylonia has changed is right in front of you. It's not too late to turn back. Turn back? Stubborn? Is that what you think of me? Was I wrong? Information for the insider suggests that the longest arsenal has not been deployed, not because the meeting of Babylonia is not over. 37.1% are in favor of deploying, 60.2% oppose, 2.7% abstain. Support rate is lower than the minimum requirements. Oppose is rejected. Wow! Look at how much that changed. Now almost every single person who is abstained was the vote for support. I mean, for the opposition. Ballard closes his eyes. The abandoned souls seem to be haunting him again. No. Only a part of my plan has failed. I still hold the launch codes for the 7,295 missiles, and the antenna array in the Forsaken Territory is capable of sending the command into space. With Gestalt's computing power blocked, no one can stop me. Babylonia can still turn to ashes within 10 minutes as planned if I want. Ballard. But Ballard does not press the hidden launch button. Instead, he turns and jumps out of the room through the glass window. Are you here because of my miscalculation? Or do time and destiny truly stand on your side? You want to stop me and end this once and for all? Follow me. Damn. So we really got to do this. Alright, old man. It's time we settle this. Stains left in history. Will we be able to wipe them clean? Or will they just spread further? Oh shit, has he got a bazooka? Or is that a rocket launcher? Ah, where it all started, right? Because I remember Trillard and Hans would meet here sometimes. And this is also where Ballard would rest some of the names as well before he made his speech. Wow. Ballard, Generalissimo. Here we go. Oh, my bad. I was doing something. Damn it, Ballard. Oh, shit. Here we go. Oh my god, does he have like 2 great points? What the fuck is this? Here. Nope. Here we go. Oh boy, the second one's regenerating. It's gotta have a counter move, right? Here we go. Overdrive. Come on. Gotcha. Here we go.
これならどうだ。もう死は恐れない。生き抜いてやる。
Oh, he pulled the Shoryuken on me.
この戦い生き抜いてやる。命がけで行くぞ。
Hallelujah. Wow.
生き抜いてやる。
Come on. Oh!
この戦いを終わらせる。
Oh! Oh shit. Oh shit. Not another Shoryuken. Oh! Bitch. There we go. Full power.
もう死は恐れない。生き抜いてやる。命がけで恐れはしない。問題ない。生き抜いてやる。準備はすでに整って生き抜いてやる。
Oh yeah, give him the good one too. Nice. Oh, fuck me, man. Come on. I already got him. I got it twice? Oh, no.
問題ない。
He's moving the
準備はす
compass
でに
did.
整っている。
But a giant column. You gotta be kidding me, man. That's unfair. I don't even get a healing bunny. I don't even get infinite dodges. Oh, back is so defense. Oh, okay, so that's where I got it.
まだ倒
I
れるわ
died.
けにはい
God
かない。
damn it.
じゃあ立て。あとは任せた。
No! I wanted to do it the legit
準
way.
備はすでにもう死は恐れない。
Man, it's gonna be a bit annoying. Oh, come on.
問題ない。
Come on, come
生き抜いてやる。命が
on. Come on. I got it, I got it, I got it, I got it. Nope.
道を切り開く。
Damn, I actually had to get my second life for that. I would say it's definitely not that easy to do with different races. It's not impossible, probably, but me, definitely is. Oh! Oh god.
問題ない。
Tattoo? Oh, fuck you.
もう死は恐れない。
Son of a bitch.
生き抜いてやる。この戦いを終わらせる。
Oh. Wait, I could do that? I could grab him to stop? Damn, I wish I'd known that. Nice to know. Nope.
弱い。
Oh no, he's gonna do a counter move. I knew
生
it.
き抜いてやる。命がけで恐れはしない。
Here we go.
道を切り開く。
Nice. Come on.
弱
Gotta
い。
finish this ballad. Oh, damn it. I thought I dodged it.
もう
Give me over
死は
there
恐
again.
れない。 生き抜いて。まだだ。二度と裏切り、逃げることがないように
There we go.
恐怖を与えねばならん。
Nope.
やるじゃねえか。この戦いを終わらせる。生き抜いてやる。
Not that as smooth as I
命がけでいくぞ。
but
道を切り開く。問題ない。もう死は恐れない。生き抜いてやる。
き者のために拳を振ると我々はつわものだ。オブリビオンか。いい名前だ。いつも正しい人なんていない。もし俺が間違いを犯したと思ったら俺を止めればいい。
A gentle breeze brushes his face, bringing the scent of fresh grass. Watanabe, give your mother a bouquet. Okay. You're on your own now. Are you afraid? It's just, I miss you all. Then let me walk with you for a little bit longer. Prospect child at home, familiar streets, every lunch at the land they have trodden. The boy grows, should age childishness and becoming a young man. This is where I stopped. Go on. Don't be afraid of the future. Have hope. Be excited. With a gentle push, he sends Watanabe into the desert. It's been a while, Watanabe. If I had gone that day, Bruce, the nose guard on the surface would have lost another leader. What a shame. I told you not to come early, kid. Do you remember what we talked about before, Watanabe? I'm not gonna die. I'm going so that fewer people die. You don't need to feel regretful about the past anymore. You protected more people and taught many to protect themselves and others. You're no longer chasing something unattainable. You fulfilled your promise to become the blade that cuts through the night. Stand tall and keep going. Continues to walk forward. You've never forgotten the ground beneath your feet, even when you turn your gaze toward the sky. Perhaps that was why I lost to you. Tell me, do people still remember our battle? Yes, not just me, but everyone fighting for the future remembers. That's good enough. That's good enough. Continues to walk forward. My brother and I never regretted following you, boss. Continues to walk forward. Don't grieve for those you couldn't save. Focus on the living. Travels through many places. Finally, stands before the sandstorm named Death. Keep going. Mom. Watanabe hears a voice that has almost faded from his memories. The voice of the person who gave him life, speaking at the moment of his birth. Keep going. I believe my child will walk his own path. He walks into the sandstorm without hesitation to bring new life. This reminds me of like Twinstar Ancestors.
Watanabe.
Watanabe's unofficial heart beats again. spade number 5 will not be surprised by what he sees. You're awake. Ballard lifts a collapsed debris, creating a small, secured place. Steel beams have pierced his body, final fluid spouting onto Watanabe's face along with sparks. Ballard. What? Guess luck is on your side today. Or maybe that's just my karma. Why did you do that? Because one of us has to live. Someone always has to die. Just as someone always has to live. I realized at the moment the longest arsenal didn't fire that one. Only one of us had to live. We both died. Forsaken would lose their direction and fall into chaos without a target for their vengeance. And the pain, regret, the silence, bloodshed of those warriors would then be all for naught. You're wondering why we can't both live, right? Life continues to slip away. I seem to return to the era back when he was called Uncle Ballard. Now it's time to give Watanabe one last lesson. I lost control of the situation when I had to use your death to stir up their hatred. It proved that I couldn't rally the Forsaken the way you did. But the conflict between Forsaken and Babylonia hadn't reached a point of no return. Even if I revealed our advantages in our real history, they wouldn't have followed me. Nor would they have let the war start. Now, as your return has spread, I've lost to you. How could the flame of hatred continue after being doused by rain? You were the one who lost today. I could have treated your death as the truth and continued my plan. Do you understand now? This was a duel where only one could survive. The victor decides the future. The loser is swept into the dustbin of history, edited and glossed over. Why can't it be the way before? Because I've stepped into the spotlight, revealing not my identity, but my purpose. I won't change my mind. As long as Babylonia remains from the surface in its safe haven, humanity will never unite. The punishing virus didn't destroy us. It was the great evacuation that broke the spine of this era in two. The connected parts were severed, one flying to the sky while the other falling onto the ground. But the distance between the sky and the ground is so far away. How can a spine this broken support the weight of an era? Those cowards who call themselves the world government are no longer our comrades. They wouldn't have suppressed the once honorable constructs otherwise. They need warriors, but they fear them at the same time. You could still go into hiding. You want me to be a coward like them? He shouts, singing no less intense than the sparks flying from his pierced chest. Remember, never pity your enemies, regardless of the past and the relationship you share. If the situation were reversed, I would end you without hesitation. There's only one thing worth sacrificing everything for. It's what you stand for, the line you don't cross. What do you believe in? What do you stand for? Who do you fight for? The comrades who stand with me in this land we refuse to abandon. Will you eliminate any threats in its way, including your own sentiments if necessary? I will. You still think I can live now? Don't worry about the missiles launching after I'm gone. I removed the connection before you arrived. Except the gifts of the old era. Yours grows deeper and weaker. I didn't expect to die the same way I escaped. Is this my punishment? The lion's chest tips. Can you be the spine that carries the weight? Begin to worry, his eyes gradually close. Seems to hear the sound of rockets soaring through the sky. People cheering, throwing in advertisements, pattering of rain. I said, aren't you a little bit late? backhouse. Isn't it tiring to live this long? It was tiring, and it was worth it. You still can't let go. There are probably some faces you don't wish to see because of what you did, so I have to be the one to come to get you. Let's go. Time to hit the road. Alright, this is for you. For the bet I lost last time. What bet? Oh yeah, they did make a bet, didn't they? Such a cigar, Bally seems to hear the answer to his last question. Spine that carries the weight won't be me. It'll be us. The kid is someone we can count on, right? Right. A cigar confirming that no one familiar has followed him. Walks toward his tomb without looking back. Clouds have parted. Rain has stopped. Alright. Reshaped spine. Watanabe. I think I'm no longer with you by the time you hear this. I don't know how long it will take for this message to reach you. Oh, that's right. He recorded a message before he passed. Just like I'm unsure if it will succeed. He must have succeeded. This reaches you, right? Take some time to listen to my rant. Soon I left too early. I spent too little time with you, so you became too mature and too quiet when you were still young. How could a father not understand his child? I know the question that has bothered you since your youth. I was waiting for you to ask, but you never did. Just when I thought it would be a shadow you deliberately avoid, you told me that you were joining the military when you were 18. I was scared then. I was afraid you were following the same path because of me and Sue. You gave me an unexpected answer. So my son, do you understand why I've ever made that choice now? Would you make the same decision if you do? Let me tell you my answer, since I probably won't hear yours. Unity is the foundation of civilization. Civilization evolves from savagery. Survival of the fittest is the law of savages, not the law of a civilization. Civilization urges to resist savagery, to defy the natural law of survival of the fittest. We won't abandon our weak compatriots or bow to natural disasters. The only thing that can make us give up is ourselves. Why is there so much selfishness, scheming, and betrayal then, you might ask? Because unity is painful. Before we build civilization, we are still part of nature. Our animal instincts make us avoid harm and seek gains. Continuation of civilization requires us to defy this instinct and learn to give and share. So does civilization still matter? Does unity still matter? You may find yourself asking this question over and over again in the future because the path you chose won't be easy. I want to tell you that it matters. Civilization matters. Unity matters. The process of unity has a price, but its rewards can be shared and passed on. The reason humanity has come this far, the reason civilization has endured, is due to the continuation of each instance of unity. This comes from another instinct of ours, love. Love and unity have helped humanity traverse the past and present, Watanabe. I believe it will help us traverse the future, just as it did over 10,000 years ago. You may face hardships, injustice, even betrayal during this journey. That's when you should look back. Look at those you've saved. Look at those who have influenced you. Look at those you've influenced. Look at those who made the same choices. The era of the world government is past. But when you realize that immense space power isn't the Golden Age, and the world government isn't the Golden Age, when you understand that the Golden Age isn't in the text of history books, but the beliefs, thoughts, and actions of the people, that's when you'll create your own Golden Age. Love and unity will be passed on, and humanity will rely on them to rebuild the spine of the world. So Watanabe, this path is destined to be difficult, but it will never be lonely. I believe that humanity will choose love and unity in this calamity, as it did before. Even though there might be occasional disagreements and conflicts, we will certainly fulfill our initial promise in the end. A world for all. I believe that humanity will once again talk about art, science, and the future amidst flowers and green grass under a blue sky. Then, you will surely see your footprints in the universe and hear your stories of stars in the sky. The time has come. I must go in order to protect those I love and the world I cherish. So this is the last thing I want to say to you. I love you, Watanabe, and I will always be proud of you. The Determinants here. Words that have never been heard finally reached the ears they were meant for after decades. Damn. Watanabe found this message while sifting through Ballard's belongings. As far as message in the Ballard's hands is something Watanabe will never know. The conflict Ballard deliberately incited has gradually died down since his passing and Watanabe's return. Having learned the truth, the people rejoice in Watanabe's return while beginning to denounce those advocating for war. As Ballard predicted, the situation was out of his control the moment he had to rely on Watanabe's prominence to stir up people's hatred. The spark lit by hatred could naturally be extinguished by the return of the resurrected. But this does not mean the unrest has left no impact. Boss, the Babylonian delegation is arriving soon. The tense relationship between Forsaken and Babylonia has not ceased with the end of the conflict. Every side plans to withdraw their troops from the border without any precautions. Got it. Watanabe looks at the medal in his hand. It's another item left by Ballard. The launch codes for the 7,295 missiles scattered in space are in there. This sword, Babylonia will never rest easy. And now, it's in Watanabe's hands. As long as he holds this sword, Forsaken will not abandon the territory they have gained, and Babylonia can never truly reconcile with them. It'll be hard to achieve real peace in this prisoner's dilemma. Unity comes at a price. What do you believe in? What do you stand for? Who do you fight for? I understood it a long time ago. He grips the metal tightly in his hand. The sword will never let go. Unity does not mean one side compromises to the other, nor does it mean one side surrendering to the other. Sometimes, matching forces can calm both sides down so they can sit at the negotiation table. Those are the two sides of the coin. One says peace, the other destruction. If either side decides to flip the coin and press the button, at least one side will face total annihilation. But Watanabe pressed the button. Babylon fired along in his arsenal. This question will accompany Watanabe for the rest of his life. He does not intend to hide the existence of his sword, even if it makes him a thorn in Babylonia's side again. Those who hate Babylonia will create this power of destruction. Those who seek reconciliation will despise its hostility. And this is the price of unity. He loves his comrades so deeply. How can he let them be at the mercy of others? It will bring greater fear, if only for lasting peace. And over here, Commandant. He stands guard before you, constantly moving forward while saying alert heavy blast. Come on, guys, I know I got kidnapped, but I'm good. Liv, can I have an update on the surroundings? Wow, they really are being overly cautious about me. There are no unknown signals within a 10-kilometer radius. Understood. Stay vigilant. I mean, this is just a business trip. After Grey Raven brought you back to Babylonia, Starlife immediately arranged a full medical checkup. It was then that they learned what you had gone through during your disappearance. I'm sorry. If I'd returned earlier... No, you made the right choice, Commandant. The Purifying Force rooted out several moles in the conservation area after that. They all had your full profile. You went to the conservation area rashly. You could have run into them. But, seeing that you still want to say something, Lucia cuts you off. Just focus on recovering, Commandant. Leave security to us. He does not speak, but nods in agreement. Actually, that's exactly what I wanted to talk about. Isn't 24-hour surveillance a bit excessive? Commandant. I finished checking your medicine. Liv turns to look at you with almost pleading eyes. What about the military? Commander Nicola has also agreed. Alright then, I'll listen to you next time. Please take your medication then, Commandant. 3 days after your return, you receive an invitation from the diplomatic court to join a negotiation with the Forsaken in the Central Buffer Zone. Lee, keep an eye on the surroundings. I'll check the transport craft. Isn't this a bit overprotective? We won't lose you again. What a tight unit you are. Alright, I'll let you inspect it. Anyone who doubts the quality of my transport craft usually gets a whack on the head from me. Are you the pilot this time, Bridget? We're the support force. We go wherever we're needed. And I'm sure you'll feel more at ease if the pilot is someone familiar. Counselor Liz. First of all, I want to thank you for coming, Grey Raven Commandant. You're welcome. I also want to know how things are with the Forsaken. Indeed, we invited you partly because of your good relationship with the Forsaken. After all, this is our first negotiation since then. We want to show more goodwill. But, you know what your stand should be, right? Our stand has never changed. And that is... Wanabe puts away the metal and turns toward those who await him. Let's go. It's time for us to reforge the spine of this era. Oh, that was cool. Putting out a box hold himself, Changyu wipes non-existent sweat from his forehead. Phew, finally. Even though it's a town full of drunkards, the defenses aren't too shabby. Next up is... speaking of the devil. How did things go, Changyu? I've reached the designated point, just waiting for our contact. But this guy was barely alive when I arrived. Don't blame me for any loss. The royal family will find a way to save him. Is there something special about this guy? You wouldn't have made a bad deal. The royal family needs people like this, doesn't it? I'm quite eager to see how many obstacles this Scorpio can eliminate for us. Ah, fuck me. Great, he's still there. You shouldn't have released that announcement. It's rare to see you oppose me so directly. We are just spectators. We're not qualified to intervene. All we need to do is watch quietly until the chess game is decided. These were your exact words. Why are you going against them now? Using my own words against me. You become your human, Gaston. Oh, and you? Why did you do it when you knew that releasing the sealed information equates to releasing the contaminating memetics? Dominic. What? Dominic? Wait, wasn't Dominic one of the researchers? No, it can't be. Yeah, because wasn't he one on the Science Council? Don't tell me he's actually turned himself into a program. It's been a long time since anyone called me that. My reason was simple. I want to inject a dose of sedative into humanity at their most irrational moment to prevent them from destroying each other. Oh, so that's what sent the message. Because I was wondering, it did seem a bit all of a sudden. It didn't seem like, hasn't I used it directly. The contaminating memetics can bring destruction too, and a more sweeping one at that. But we can delay it. The countdown has already begun. No longer stop it. I stopped it for the first time during the moment of the punishing virus outbreak by ordering global satellites to self-destruct and taking myself down. Oh, so that's what happened to the satellites then. Wow, so Gasol wasn't even sentient back then. Nidhart and you stopped it the second time during the post-pandemic. Oh, so it is. Yeah, so this is Dominic. He literally has digitized himself. You gotta be kidding me. We don't have a second Nidhart or an uncontaminated you anymore. Right, because Nidhart passed after what happened to her body because of the punching virus when she tried to stop the reactor that was trying to contaminate Gestalt. Who else can stop it? Unless you can find a real Dominic. I'm just a memory data Dominic left before they entered Reactor 1. I don't know what state they're in right now. Even though I had some ideas after reading that Omega file, I'm afraid there's no way for me to verify them. However, a reference for a solution of the contaminating memetics have already appeared. Grand Ridge City, labyrinthine streets, densely packed buildings, and vast underground spaces appear before Dominic. Has it begun? It has begun. Oh, okay, so that's leading to like chapter 28. But alright. Honestly, I want to do a bit of the exit story, but I think I'll end it there, because that was a really cool end of the story, and now it shows who are the people here. The people of the past. Like here we have Zong, we got Bruce, we got the Cap, and then I think Cyril here, right? Wow. That was really cool.
豆知識を教えよう。構造体の目の焦点距離は
Like seriously, this was one amazing story. Let me tell you. I'm definitely gonna remember this for a while. And Reforged. That was so cool. Because again, it was like, it showed that there was still a hints of like darkness left over from the past that it carry over to the present. We knew it wasn't all solved. And it still isn't, because there's still Nicola, who knows more in the Chrono group, but yeah, really cool. But that's gonna be the end of the stream for today, guys. I'll see whenever I can do the next Exo story. Let me give a huge shout out for being here, today. And I hope you guys did enjoy this part as well, because I love the conclusion it was, because like now it's the first step to uniting both sides of humanity. Well, the first step. But anyway, you guys do enjoy the stream, but you're not already following the channel, please make sure you leave a follow, much appreciated. Check my YouTube channel, I post all the VODs. Subscribe if you haven't already. Join Discord if you haven't already. This has been Santa's Fight, so I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. See you guys next time. We're out.